Hello traders and welcome to the weekly outlook and setups volume 49. It's Iliya here, and as always I'm super pumped to see you on my YouTube channel. As you know, in this video we're gonna have a look at the market, how it developed, what opportunities did we have, and what can we expect for the upcoming week. So a few comments on that week. There were some pretty nice opportunities actually for intraday trading, which is perfect for us. The market didn't move in a nice swing manner, so we definitely have to adapt to a more day trading approach right now, and I will try to show you as much as possible. I will try to show you my trades as well so you can gain value from them. You can learn something new in this video because this is what this video is all about, to hear the thought process and to see how I analyze the charts daily. And this is it. So if you're new to the channel, it's all about trading. I post weekly analysis, I post educational content, trades breakdowns, and soon I will start posting some psychological content as well, talking about my problems as a trader and those psychological issues traders face and how you can deal with them, right? So if you're excited, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell in order not to miss all the upcoming content. And before we start, I want to say that this video is sponsored by Crypto Rocket. It's an amazing broker, especially for crypto. It has all the currency pairs as well, 56. The spreads are very low, and what is good is the withdrawals. They're super fast, and I just love the broker. So consider checking it out. Link will be down in the description. And if you already did, let's get straight into the analysis. As always, starting from our best friend, the DXY, let's see what do we have on the weekly time frame. So I can see a strong bullish candle to the upside, almost a bullish engulfing the previous week. So what can we expect is potentially the market to give us a little pullback to the downside to create a wick, and then we can potentially start pushing to the upside. But this is just a forecast. So if we drop down to the daily time frame, what we can see and what I don't like from the daily time frame is how the price is kind of creating lower highs from the upside and higher lows from the downside, which actually creates some sort of a triangular formation. And if we see the last few days, actually the last 2 days, the market has been rejecting right here from the top. And even if I draw this kind of area right here, this daily area, let me use this, we can see that the market is failing to break above, and we even have a more recent level of resistance just right here if I take all the wicks. So there is some selling pressure coming from the upside, and we should know this. So from the weekly, we are bullish, but the daily and the 4 hourly still need to do something in order to introduce that bullishness. So we saw on the previous weekly outlook, we had that massive bearish candle, but this is usually manipulation. So what I said is that I will be waiting for a lower high only then, and I will then continue looking for sales. But as you can see, guys, the market just gapped up, gave us a little pullback to the downside, and just went straight into the resistance level. So everything can happen, and this is why I don't advise you guys to hold trades over the weekends, because you see what can happen. And actually the bias changed just that day after this gap, and then the bullish pressure on Monday. And then I said, okay, we are bullish on the dollar. We pulled back into the highs, then we pulled back for a higher low. We actually created a little double bottom right here. You see the market pulled away. It looked like a lower high to me, but when the market spiked into the downside very strongly and then printed that bullish candle, I said we're going back to test that area, and we actually went in here. And for the last days, we have been consolidating around this area. So very simple analysis. If we are bullish, I would like to see the market strongly break above and then potentially come back for a retest. However, maybe that daily area that we found will hold and the market will break below. It will potentially break below the EMA as well, which could be further confluence. And if we pull back for a lower high and hold at that area, then we can potentially look for sells. So very simple analysis. I am still bullish on that structure because overall it has been moving up, but I will take into consideration that daily level we have on the left that might bring in some sellers on the dollar. So 50-50 on the DXY. It depends on how it opens. So let's have a look at what EU has for us. EU weekly time frame, as you can see, we just have an indecision candle, and this is why I told you that we had some intraday moves but not many swings. And as you can see, the market pushed up, pushed down, and actually closed as consolidation. What I can see from the weekly is that there is some very strong supportive level sitting just right here. It's around 1.08 and 1.0750. So this is the area that the market is currently holding above. And if I go to the daily time frame, we can see we can even kind of make the zone look more sharper, we can even take this in order to make the zone look yeah, something like that. And as you can see, price tapped, and tapped. 4 bottoms right here, and the market is still failing to break below. So the bias on EU will be similar to the DXY. We have to see where it wants to go. I can see that from the upside, the price is forming resistance levels with all of those wicks. The last day, price pierced through right here the EMA and rejected. So more sellers are coming into the market. And as you can see, the market opened right here. We straight pumped to the downside. We retested. There was a potential short opportunity right here, but it was Monday. Then we went straight into the highs right here, rejected. And we were looking for longs, I believe, in and around that area because it looked like a push and a pullback for a higher low. But this was just a manipulation to the upside, stop hunt. And as you can see with that wick, and I believe this was the speech from Mr. Powell that created all of that madness. And then we snapped back below, strong bearish engulf, below the EMA, below all the candles right here. And I said, all right, we're going down, and we went straight into the daily support. Right now we have pulled back. And so how I will analyze the market, if I just keep it super simple, I want to keep that daily level on because it's really crucial. Right? We just want to take our profits if we go short, or we just want to wait for a break and retest of that area. I can see that the price action has stepped down a little bit. As you can see, perfect 61.8% right here. So from 4-hourly time frame, it looks like sales to me. We have those rejections. So if the market holds below that area, then I will continue looking for sales. However, I will be very mindful of that very strong support to the downside. And what I potentially want to see is that corrective behavior right here to get broken, retest it, and then continuation to the downside. But just make sure to monitor in and around that area what the price does. So overall, EU, I'm looking more for sales than buys, which means that the DXY should push up. So let's see if that happens, but always make sure to adapt to the market, because if it breaks above that area, creates a new high and finds resistance from the top right here, then we might come back for a higher low, and then we might have our long opportunity. So always make sure to adapt. But for now, I'm having a sell bias perspective. EJ, the price action on the weekly time frame has been pretty messy, and as you can see, this week we had a spike to the upside and a pullback down, so meaning selling pressure came in. If I drop down to the daily time frame, we can clearly see the swing lows and the swing highs. Lower high, lower low, beautiful pullback for a lower high. If I drop my FIP, we can see a perfect 61.8% was tapped. And right now we can expect the market to continue down and to create a new swing low. But as you know, we constantly change our bias. So the market opened right here with a strong gap to the downside, and then we had a massive bullish engulf to the upside, consolidated for a bit. So the trade I took, it was actually this one. So what I spotted right here is actually that this was the higher low, because after those two candles were formed, the market pushed up to create a higher high. So what I waited later is for the market to create a higher low. We had a strong bearish candle, and after that bearish candle, we usually expect a continuation, but the market actually slowed down. And this is by the time when I went to the market, when I trade actually, I should say. Let me show you the hourly time frame as well. So what we have right here is that consolidation, and we had those rejections to the downside, and actually the market created a little level right here of resistance. So what I wanted to see is a break of that resistance level. Here it is. And here is your beautiful retest back at the level with that wick. And if I go to the 15 minutes, I even broke down this pair, I think. Yeah, you can check the video. I have a breakdown on this one. I will leave a card. As you can see, simple break, retest, continuation for a higher high. This was the trade I took today, one of my wins. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Then what we spotted actually with the team was that price was entering into some sort of a supply area just right here, that lower high formation. We tapped into this, we pulled away. It was looking like it was forming a higher low again. However, it was actually forming a head and shoulders right here. We pushed below, we broke below that level, we came back up but failed to continue, and then we have that massive bearish pressure breaking below all the structure, introducing the sellers in the market. We make a lower low, we pull back for a lower high, we fail to continue lower, and actually back at that area. So my analysis for this pair is I want to see how the market is going to hold above that area. The highest probability setup is if we break the neckline of this double top. This is a corrective double top, I would say. If I go to the hourly time frame, yeah, well, this is too far away. So what I will be waiting for is for the market to create a lower low, something like this, and then to come back to retest that structure potential fib level. 115.5. This is the level that the market is rejecting currently. So waiting to see some more clear price action, because what this can result in is a push, a pullback, higher low, and then a higher high to the upside. So be mindful, wait for the sellers to introduce themselves, and then you will have plenty of opportunities to enter. If this market is going down, then we can target potentially those minor higher lows right here. First one, potentially we can target 115 as well, major key area. The first low, make sure to go break even at the first low right here, and wait for a break, retest, and then continuation to the downside. Aussie USD weekly time frame, are we finally going to flush? Well, we don't know. We were too fixated on that weekly candle right here, but I thought I told you wait for that break and the retest, wait for the sellers to introduce themselves. And as we can see, the previous week we had a strong bullish candle, but this week we actually have it in reverse. We have a bearish candle, so this contains some information. So if we drop to the daily time frame, you can see that the daily was trending perfectly up. We have a push, a pullback, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. However, spot right here that the market failed to make a new higher high and actually created a little lower high. So from the daily time frame, we haven't completely reversed yet, because we still have to deal with that daily supportive level. But we can see that the last 5 days have been bearish, and this is why we have the bearish weekly candle. So dropping to the 4-hourly time frame, we had some beautiful opportunity. So the market opens around, exactly around that area. We had a strong break to the downside, breaking below structure, and I said sells. Here is our sell, just right here. But this was non-trading time for me. This is Asian session. I am sleeping by that time. The market provided us with a nice push to the downside during Asia. But then it actually in the morning, it slapped all the way up. And I said, oh, we're breaking above that area. Are we going bullish? So I was a bit confused. When the market pulled down, I said, all right, we're ready for longs, I think, because we have a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders formation. And then we had potentially longs right here. I'm not sure if we took any longs. However, when the market pushed up, spot this one, we failed to break higher than this high right here, and we actually formed a double top. Strong break below, retest opportunity right here during Asia as well. So Aussie USD has been moving during Asia. As you can see, just try to spot the patterns of the market. Similar lower high right here, strong bearish engulf. Similar lower high right here, strong bearish engulf and continuation down. Then we had that pullback, and actually a nice opportunity right here on Friday to go short, because we had that lower high formation forming and a strong push to the downside. So what is my analysis for this one? Well, I will be monitoring that daily area for sure, because there is a very high chance that the price will find support, and we have 0.64 key level. So make sure to take note of that as well. So what I want to see is the structure to continue trending down. I can potentially wait for a little lower high to form somewhere around that area, but I want price to fail to break above that area, because as long as price stays below my lower high, then I will keep selling the market. So if the market pulls back, lower high formation, I can go short, making sure that I can secure my profits around that area. And if that area gets broken, then we can plummet to the downside, starting to target the lows right here at 62,500, then potentially those at 62, and we go down. So let's see, crucial area to monitor that daily level, and if we remain bearish on the 4-hourly. AJ, keeping it short and simple because it's very similar to AU. We have a bearish weekly candle dropping down to the daily time frame. We can see that the structure was perfectly bullish. However, we found that double top right here, failure to break above, but still we have that very strong supportive level to deal with, which is just right there. Currently price is in the middle, so we can still take some shorts. I can see that the daily has broken below the EMA. We have that strong bearish candle, but I hate seeing bearish candles at the end of the week because they usually end up gapping to the upside. However, how I will analyze this market, I see it as a bearish market right now. What we had right here, the market opened, pushed a lower high, beautiful lower high, pushed to the downside for a lower low. Then we snap back to the upside to gather liquidity, pull back to the downside, failure to break below, meaning that there is no liquidity yet. We pull back with this bullish candle, then we snap back below those levels. We have a little pullback, lower low, lower high, attempting to make a new lower low right now. So what can happen in this market is we can gap to the upside maybe, or we can go for a lower high, and then I want to see the market push to the downside. Take in mind this little area right here, this structural support, because the market might find support right here. But if we break and retest it on the hourly time frame potentially, and then a retest on the 15-minute, we can do something like this and ride the market down to the daily zone. So those are the setups that I want to see, either a lower high or a break and retest of that daily zone. Amazing opportunities on NU. As you can see from the weekly time frame, we have a very strong bearish engulfing the previous 2 weeks of price action, and this is very powerful because if we drop to the daily time frame, what I spoke about on AU, actually here it happened and we broke below the last higher low. So when that happens, we can say that finally the market has reversed and it is entering into a bearish trend. So from daily perspective, we can wait for a pullback into that area and a daily FIP, something like that as well. However, we as intraday traders, personally me, but I'm giving you a weekly outlook as well. So what I want to see is potentially a pullback into that area, because this is the setup that we all know, the textbook setup, double top, break of neckline and retest of neckline, and that works actually. But you can see from the 4-hourly time frame that the neckline was already retested, right? And there was a beautiful opportunity right here actually. Since the market opened, we had that strong push to the downside. We pulled back lower high. It wasn't clear up until that point that we want to go short, but when we had the break and when we had the retest of that area, there was a beautiful short opportunity. Although the market didn't provide us with much confirmation, it was just 2 hourly candles, and on the 15-minute, the setups we usually look for wasn't presented. So it largely depends on the trader if he wants to take such an aggressive entry, because you can see the market didn't hold too much of that area. It just came and left. Price rarely does this. It usually, if you just have a look on the left, this is a little tip from me. It holds at a level for more than, let's say, 8 hours, which is 2 4-hourly candles. But here it just tapped into the level and reversed. This rarely happens, but sometimes it happens. But what we have later is a beautiful pullback right here. And as you can see, we held at that area for some time. And if we go back, we can see on the hourly time frame that when the market kind of hit that level, it pulled away. It came back to create a lower high. Then it pushed down for a lower low, and then we came back up to create an equal lower high, exactly where the opportunity actually was. And as you can see on the 15-minute, we have a break below, a pullback, and it depends on you where you want to enter. I will personally enter after a break of structure, because I can see that there is a little supportive level right here. So maybe after this kind of break and the retest right here, something like that. Or I will just wait for the shift and then for the pullback, which could have been just right here. So very nice opportunities on NU. What I can expect for the next week? Well, as you can see, I already told it from the daily time frame. But I will not expect the market to pull back all the way up here, because this is my major lower high and I want to see the price pull back below it, somewhere around that area. So you can drop your FIP from here to here. You can wait for a retest of the previous lower high, although a lower low, sorry, although it doesn't always happen. I will just be waiting for a lower high in around that area and then start trying to short the market, and maybe keeping some longer term shorts, because although it's already looking like overextended on the 4-hourly, the daily time frame points down, so we can potentially hold some nice trades. So let's see if NU is bearish for the week ahead. NJ, again, beautiful opportunities, trying to keep it simple right here. Strong bearish candle. Actually, this time we have engulfed quite a lot of candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 3 weeks of price action, which is very significant. And as you can see, actually, if you carefully look at price action right here, the market has been descending for quite some time. We had that push to the downside. We had a pullback, which was lower than the previous high. And this move to the downside actually broke below that area. So since then, I thought that this is going down, but the market opened quite in a, actually we opened just right here and we straight flushed to the downside. So it is so nice. If we go to the 4-hourly time frame, what we can see is this price action right here where the market, so we opened just in around that kind of area right here. We pushed down, we created a lower high, we tried to push down, but the liquidity and the volume was not enough. So what we do, we pull back to the major area. We grab the liquidity, we push down, we still fail to break below that area, but when we pull back a little bit and then we snap below. So first opportunity right here at that lower high. Second opportunity, lower low, lower high. Here is it. If you just spot that this is a lower high, you can drop to the hourly time frame to look for your patterns, to look for what you trade. You can be trading on the 30 minutes, on the 15 minutes, on the 5 minute. It really doesn't matter. But if you understand structure, you can just use it to your own advantage and just apply what you know about entries and execution. So what I'm expecting for the next week is absolutely the same on NU. I want to see this pull back to create another lower high, and then I want to sell it again. Looking at the daily, we can say that the market will come to retest some of the strongest demand area, which is something like this right here. If I make it smaller, is that a key? Well, 63 could be 63.0. So let's see. Price is overextended right now, creating a lower low. I want to see a pullback, lower high, and then I want to short the market. USD/JPY weekly time frame. So although that is one of my favorite pairs, it didn't provide us with some nice opportunities this week. As you can see from the weekly candle, it is a bearish signal because we spiked to the upside and we rejected. However, when I drop to the daily time frame, price action is really not clear. Right, so we have that downtrend stepping down, we had that lower low, and then the market strongly broke to the upside. But this was actually the gap. This is actually market open, and it usually does this. And this is why I don't like analyzing too much on the weekends, because you don't know how the market will open on Monday. Right, we analyze the market as bearish right here, but then on Monday we have a strong move to the upside, and what you do, you have to adjust. So I am very confused about this market because I see a break of a trend line and a retest, potential inverse head and shoulders. But if I focus on the full hourly time frame, let's see what do we have here. Here is that strong move to the upside. The market was overextended. It tried to pull back down to form a higher low, but it pulled away, failed to break below, and started to trend down. So there were some intraday opportunities. Something like this, which I really don't like, because a strong push to the downside and one candle with a pullback, well, there actually were two. So maybe we could have gotten into an entry right here at that hourly double top, because usually 2 4-hourly candles side by side will create an hourly double top. Another tip from me. Then we pushed to the downside again, massive spike right here, lower high again, tried to push down, but the break this time wasn't strong. And then we have an explosion to the upside, and then the market pushes down again. And actually right now, it is in a total confusion what is happening. So how I approach such markets, guys, just keep it simple. Where is your high and where is your low? I can see my high is right here. I can see my low is right here. And I can even do this, but I see that this is my major low. So I will do something like that. What I want to see is a break and a retest of both areas. That's it. EMA is like that, which means consolidating, so waiting for something to happen. From daily time frame, it's indecisive because we can see that the last 3 days of price action have been messy, have been consolidating, so we don't have a clear daily signal, we don't have a clear 4-hourly signal. So what we do, we dump the chart for the day and we wait for the next one to show us what is happening. So let's see UJ keeping the flow with the market and wait for that break and retest. USD CAD, I haven't traded this pair since a long time, and I even scratched it out from my watch list. However, what do we have here actually is a strong bullish candle to the upside, although we have been waiting for shorts. And if I drop to the daily time frame, let's see what do we have. We still have this triangular formation right here. As you can see, the market failed to break below that daily area on this occasion, and we actually created a higher low right here. However, from the upside, we are stepping down, and I really don't like such formations because it's a total confusion. And if I zoom in a little bit on the daily time frame, the last few daily candles, hammer formation right here, push to the upside, liquidity grab, bearish engulf, but we failed to continue below, found support from the EMA and actually pushing up. So what I can take from the daily time frame is this strong area right here. Is it something okay, 41,500? This could be the level that I can work with, and then drop down to my favorite time frame, 4-hourly time frame. So what I spoke about, I think I spoke about it on the weekly outlook as well, or it was just with the team. The market was going up. We were creating higher highs and higher lows, right? So there are a lot of people that tried to short this market, but it just wasn't ready because it was trending up. We created that higher high, so potentially right here we could have had some short opportunities, because when we see a higher high, then we can wait for shorts, and I think we waited for something like that, but it just didn't provide us with an entry. What happened later is I thought, okay, we finally reversed because we broke the trend line. Let's wait for that retracement back for a lower high. The market pulled back with a massive candle, massive wick. So when I see such big candle, I am not that I'm scared, but I just don't want to trade this high volatility and high manipulation candles. Then we tried to push down, failed, and actually bullish engulf and ending up right here. So what I will do again, guys, keeping it simple, make sure to take note of that area right here, 41,500, because this is the daily area that the market is rejecting a lot, just right here. So just keep in mind What I will be waiting for is for the market to reject that double top area, right? So how I will judge if this is rejecting, I will have a look on the hourly time frame. Hourly time frame is still trending up. What I want to see is a shift of the structure on the hourly time frame, potential head and shoulders, potential lower high, and then when the market starts to trend up, this is when I will start looking for shorts. The market is still up, break, retest, head and shoulders, or just a lower high, and then I will be going down. But it's crucial to see something more on the 4 hourly because it's still trending up. If we have a look at the last higher low right here, it still found support from the last higher low. However, let's see how the market starts to form in around that area. And yeah, this is UCAT. It's very tricky, so be careful. Make sure to wait for those impulses, for those change of the trend, and then try to get in because it's manipulating a lot, and this is why I don't like UCAT. So be careful, but still looking slightly for shorts. But I do not exclude the market to pop up to the upside to tap that 41.50 key area and then potentially reverse. So just be careful. USD Swissy, unfortunately, no opportunities on this one, just choppiness. As you can see from the weekly time frame, I think I have spoken a lot about that area right here that the price is throwing wicks into, and it's really failing to break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks into those highs and still failing to break and still not flushing down. Right, as you can see on the daily time frame, again we have that ugly formation right here, that triangle. It's not ugly, but I just don't like unclear structure and confusion. And if I zoom in to the last weekly, like the last 5 daily candles, it's a total mess. So there is nothing to take from the daily except from that strong wick area right here to the upside. But if I keep it simple, just full hourly analysis, if you just have a look at this and you try to break down the structure, push, pull back, push, lower high, lower low, sorry, we tried to push down but failed, strong bullish candle to the upside, breaking above that structure, then we come back for a retest, but we still failed to break above that area. We tried to push down, we failed to continue down, so basically we are stuck into consolidation. And I will take this kind of area and this kind of area, and I want to see how the market develops because there is nothing clear about this market right now, so waiting for something to happen. Major areas up here, 97,500 and yeah, in and around 96,800 are those two key areas, and potentially I can wait for a break and retest to the downside and break and retest to the upside. But if it breaks to the upside, it will immediately encounter those huge wicks right here and that huge supply area. So just be careful with USD Swiss as well. I think the other pairs are much clearer, but what I want to see on this one is some clear price action because even on the hourly, it's a complete mess. So be patient, flow with the market, and let's see what happens. Let's have a look at the GBPs, starting with GU. So this is my loss for the week, and I'm pretty pissed of it because it actually played out to perfection. And as you can see from the weekly time frame, this lower high held right here. 2 beautiful wicks to the upside, a little indecision hammer candle right here, and finally a strong bearish engulf with no wick to the downside, indicating massive selling pressure. Daily time frame, we had that double top right here that we spoke about, price failing to break, we pulled back, pulled away, we came back, wick, which actually created that lower high. Then we flushed to the downside, and the most important part of that analysis is that we have a broken higher low, right? Very important. We spiked above to have a retest, slow down a little bit, but the final day actually was massive bearish pressure, so maybe some news, who knows. So let me show you my trade so you can learn from it. I believe, yeah, it was exactly right here, and as you can see how much it flushed after it. I could have held a swing on that one as well. So I entered around here when I saw that this bullish structure was broken. I have a strong break below, pullback, the market failing to break below, but then we still stay below the lower high. This is what I consider to be a lower high, and I had that beautiful wick with EMA confluence. So when I dropped to the hourly time frame, let me have a look. So I was looking at this corrective price action, this strong bearish engulf right here, and it was a beautiful setup on the 15 minute. Let me see, break and retest. Here is my entry right here. Stop loss, I am not sure what it wasn't above structure because it was too big. So maybe I think I did 14 pips or something like that. So yeah, I enter right here. The market consolidate, wick. I said, come on, bro, flush, bro, but bang, stop out. And this was my, it was actually an immediate stop hunt. It didn't even push down to go break even. Pushed up to manipulate, created this 4 hourly candle, grabbed. Actually, I was really tricked into this because all the people had their stop losses right here, right here, right here, and actually my stop loss got taken out, and have a look what happened later. So the overall bias was right, but I'm not sure if I managed to find any opportunity later because the market just plummeted. Here we had another one, another lower high, and as you can see, the market just continued to flush. But what it does, it actually creates those strong bullish candles and then it reverses. You see here again, the same situation happens. Strong bullish candle, reverse. Strong bullish candle, reverse. Right here, we form some sort of a double top right here. As you can see, lower low, pullback, lower high, equal lower high. Beautiful sell opportunity on Friday as well. So if you manage to catch a short on GU, very well done for you. What I will be waiting for next week is very simple, just a little pullback in around that area, maybe a retest of the broken lower low, maybe Fibonacci confluence, something like this. Perfect 1561.8%. So waiting for the price to find some support to start pulling back, to form a lower high, and then we can potentially go down. So the 4 hourly looks kind of overextended to me because the market doesn't trend for too long. As you can see, we have an uptrend, we go down a little bit, we have an uptrend, we go down, uptrend, we go down, but this has been going down for quite a long time. But I can say that we're finally starting to push down, so maybe we can have a bigger daily pullback. Maybe the price will come to retest properly this area. So this is what I'm saying to you guys. I will be waiting for shorts on GU, but if I have some structural change which could lead me to that daily area, then I might end up taking longs as well. And this is why it's important for you guys to go with the flow. So checking GJ as well, look at that, massive. So weekly time frame, I believe we have a strong weekly candle reaching about to tap this kind of weekly key area. On the daily is still far away. We have broken below. Actually, this has been creating beautiful lower highs and lower lows. Double top right here, break below this higher low, pull back, lower high, 1 2 3, bearish engulf, pull back of the bearish engulf, beautiful short opportunity right there. 4 hourly time frame, little consolidation right here, potential shorts, but when we broke, we didn't pull back, but actually we pulled back the other day. Have a look at it, 11 o'clock, beautiful short opportunity. And I'm still thinking, yo, bro, where were you when those opportunities developed? So yeah, strong push to the downside, lower high, beautiful opportunities. Again, just simple break and retest of structure. Right now, strong push to the downside. It really looks overextended, so I will be waiting for the pullback. It might be, again, a retest of the lower low. It might be a fib level, so you can just monitor for a potential lower high. Wait for the market to show you the evidence that it's holding. Have a look right here, how many full hourly rejections we have. Look here, 1 rejection, 2 indecision candles right here. And if you know how to use the hourly time frame and the 15-minute time frame, this is what I teach as well, you will be able to get into the top right here and ride that market down to the lower lows. GA, I have been skipping this pair for the week. Strong bearish candle, we had a little pullback, but not much volume coming in. Daily time frame, it's just a complete mess. As you can see, the last 5 daily candles, they have been consolidating. Then if I go to the 4 hourly time frame, nothing is clear. So what I would advise you guys is to slightly step away from GA until it develops clear structure, because it's really hard to analyze this one. It's just wicks on the top, wicks on the bottom, breaks below, pulls back, but it's really not clear. And even if I try to get the major areas, well, yeah, I can take this kind of area. So this is my consolidation. I want to see clear break below, retest, or a clear break above and a retest. That's it. Nothing clear. The daily is not clear, the weekly is not clear, so waiting to see something more. And if I check Euro GBP, it's a pair that I don't trade too much. Actually, my analysis from the previous week still stays, I think. Yeah. So I was looking at, I think I used the simple analysis method again. We had this strong supportive level to the upside. The market was right here when I was analyzing. So I said, okay, this is my major area. I might be looking for a little pullback or clear structure. We have a strong support. And as you can see, the market gaps down, strong bullish candle. And then we have a strong break above. Actually, this looked like a fake out. We push down, but we consolidate, and then we finally emerge into this high, little consolidation, little corrective pattern right here, and then we again massive strong push to the upside. So I'm looking for longs on this one. Potentially we can come back to retest 88,500. EEG works perfectly with such round numbers, so let's wait for the pullback, let's wait for that Fibonacci level, and then we can potentially go long on EG. So that's for the GBPs, guys. Let's see what else do we have. Let's have a look at gold. So I avoid trading gold right now because it's too wicky, it's too indecisive, and it's not nice for my strategy. It's more for swing traders, I can say. So have a look at this one, guys. So this is something that I spotted. Have a look how the weekly wicks are actually stepping up and creating higher lows. You see, wick, higher low, and actually right now we create another higher low with this strong bullish candle. So those little details can sometimes contain a lot of information, and as you can see from the daily time frame, the market was actually stepping up, while from the upside it was stepping down, and we had again that triangle formation, and we had a breakout and a retest. So I don't trade this way, but gold actually works pretty nicely. So how I was looking at gold, I believe we opened roughly, yeah, exactly somewhere around here. So I was looking at this whole area and I was looking for shorts. The market strongly pushed down to create a lower low. Then we pulled back for a lower high. A lot of wicks right here, but a lot of wicks to the downside as well. And then what happened? The market exploded to the upside, retested with this massive wick. This was possibly news, but actually we stayed above. We came back to retest, because if I take all the wicks, something like this, you will see that it's retesting that area right here, those wicks, because we never retest a level, we retest a zone, right? Test, and then we explode massively to the upside and actually breaking above that structural level on the left. And gold loves breakout trading as well. As you can see, it just snaps above the level and never comes back for a retest and just continues to climb up. So how I'm looking at gold, well, I'm of course looking for buys because it just looks like it's going up. What I can wait for is a little pullback, retest of this kind of area, and then a continuation up. As I told you, gold loves breakout trading. So if you have a strategy for breakout trading, I think it works just amazing. But sometimes it pulls back on the lower time frames as well. As you can see on that occasion, that high, when it was broken with that breakout candle, it came back for a retest and it even faked out to the downside, right? And then it continued up. So expect this on gold. It's pretty wild. Make sure you have your stop losses a little bit. Yeah, just leave some breathing space for gold. And this is how I look at it. I'm bullish on gold. Let's see for how long does it continue. Not many clear levels to work with. I can say that this could be my last higher low because we have a push, pullback, push. So as long as price stays above that area, I will keep going long. US30, I'm still waiting for the stocks to go down. So what we can see from the weekly time frame though is some bullish pressure coming from the downside, which I really don't like. Daily time frame, so we can see that we had a little shift on the daily time frame. This high and the next high was actually lower than this one. We tried to create a lower low, we kind of created it, and actually I'm looking for sales on US30 because if I look on the 4-hourly time frame, the price action already changed. We had that lower high right here, we pushed down, lower high, potential higher low right here, but we pulled up to create an equal lower high, snap back below, lower high formation right here, potential short, strong move to the downside, pull back up again, staying below, remember below the last lower highs, trying to push down, failing to continue, grabbing liquidity to the upside. So what I want to see on US30 is how it fails to break above that area, and potentially the best opportunity will be a break below that area right here, potentially an hourly setup, break below, retest, continuation down. So let's see if the stocks are going down. And having a quick look at NAS as well, weekly time frame. Oh, actually this looks pretty bullish, and we have a bullish candle again, which is a pity. Daily time frame, actually it is trending up. This one is different than US30 because we have a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and actually right now creating a higher low, throwing wicks to the downside. 4-hourly time frame, we had a little shift right here as well. As you can see, strong bearish candle breaking below previous structure, and we come back for a beautiful retest, a little bit spike to the upside, stop hunt, strong break to the downside, trying to create that lower high but failing to break below. Upside movement again, we could have waited for a retest of the broken area, but it was just a bearish, strong bearish engulf, and then again snapped above. So what I'm looking at this one, I look more bullish on this one because the daily time frame is bullish. What I want to see is how the market reacts from that area. Are we going to have a break and a retest to the upside? Is the market going to hold and start creating some downwards moving structure? We shall see, but just focus on this kind of structure right here, which is actually a nice zone if I even pulled it on the left. 9160. I'm not sure for key levels on Nasdaq and on US30, and I will be honest with you, I'm not trading them, I'm just monitoring them and expressing my view. So yeah, well, that's for this week, guys. I really hope you appreciated the video and you found something valuable from it. Make sure to slap the like button and subscribe if you did, because there is plenty of content upcoming. And just to finish the video, I have been working with a signal provider, TakeEO Trading. I will leave a link down in the description so you can check them out. I can testify that their services work, so if you're looking for a signal provider, you can definitely check them out. So thank you for staying up until now. I really appreciate you guys, and I cannot wait to see you on my next video where I'm going to be hosting the giveaway. So again, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bells, and I can't wait to see you on the next volume.